and welcome to this edition of the Mindful Minute. I'm Justine McNulty, a registered social worker for the Arm Prior and District Family Health Team. Today I wanted to talk to you about relationships and relationship stress. What's healthy, what can be unhealthy, and how to navigate this difficult time being the holiday season, as well as entering the 10th month of a global pandemic. You may be experiencing a lot of additional stress right now, one, because it's the holidays, and two, because the pandemic has created a difference in the amount of time that we spend in our relationships together versus apart. I'm going to show you a diagram that represents the amount of time that you spend together and apart in a relationship. So you see in the middle, that's the us time. So that can include quality time, watching TV, talking, going on dates. And then you have on the opposite two sides, the me time and the them time. Since the beginning of the pandemic, the us time has grown exponentially, and there's not a whole lot of time that we can spend separate. This may be because work modifications have made it so that we have to do a lot more remotely, working from home, and our partners are doing the same. So even though we're engaged in work, we're not getting a lot of quality time to spend with ourselves to recharge, and this can be particularly challenging for couples. Even if we have the best, strongest relationship, we get along very well, there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. It's like eating ice cream for every meal of every day. Sure, ice cream is great, but after a while, too much of it can get dull and a little bit annoying. Those little things that once you could kind of ignore, excuse, maybe even find endearing about your partner, can now get under your skin, and it can be frustrating and hard to shake it off, and that can affect your relationship strength and your well-being overall. One thing that could be helpful to try right now is to connect with you and your partner's love language and find a creative way in which you can communicate this love language to each other, so it acts as kind of a buffer against this additional stress that you're going through right now without having a whole lot of time to yourselves. The other thing that you can do is carve out some time to just have by yourself. Communicate this to your partner, that it's not that you don't love them or care for them, it's just that you need some time to yourself, and you feel that they can benefit from some time to themselves as well. This doesn't have to mean going out, because we can't, but it can just involve having a long bath, locking the door, reading a book, watching a movie by yourself, and that's okay. That's allowed. It's something that you would normally be able to do if we weren't living in this time. It's just now you have to ask for it instead of it just happening more naturally. In terms of the love languages that I was referring to before, if you're not familiar with them, there's 5. There's words of affirmation, receiving gifts or giving gifts, physical touch, acts of service, and quality time. So once again, receiving or giving gifts, words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, and quality time. So the first step to getting creative and figuring out a way that you can communicate this and listen to your partner's love language and spice up your relationship and feel more connected is to figure out what your love language is and what your partner's is. Then what I'd like you to do is get a jar and get some popsicle sticks, or they don't have to be popsicle sticks. You can get little strips of paper, and you want to write down activities or things that your partner can do for you that speak to the love language that makes you feel as connected and loved and special as possible. Put those in the jar, and once or twice a week, pick a night that you're going to draw from your partner's list of love language activities, and you're going to do that activity for your partner. So actually, you're going to create two jars. One of them is going to be for you with your love language activities, the other one is going to be for theirs. So you take turns on alternate nights doing the thing for the other person, and that can help recharge your connection with each other, make it a little bit fun at this very stressful time, and help you just feel good in your relationship, or better than if you didn't do anything at all. The other thing to remember is that this is a trying time. So if you're feeling that your partner's getting under your skin or you're getting under theirs, it doesn't mean that your relationship is destined for failure. It's part of this time. It is stressful. It's not going to last forever, even though it feels like it's lasting forever. And try to be kind to yourself and kind to each other. Thank you. Have a good day.